Humankind was able to get out of the Earth's atmosphere and leave our footsteps on the moon. But that is old news, right? Have you ever thought how hard it is to make a suitable environment for the astronauts in space when there is no oxygen, let alone gravity? But this exact job is being done by teams of dedicated scientists whose endless research and experiments have gifted us some unforgettable moments in space exploration. Now, this shouldn't come across as any kind of surprise that this race to conquer space has been the main reason for the invention of some awesome gadgets. The space sector uses some of the most advanced technology available now, and looking back, it shows us that many everyday use gadgets of ours wouldn't exist if mankind didn't have the dream of exploring the universe. There are some inventions that we just know about that don't have any big impact on our lives. But the inventions which were derived from the field of aerospace are unlike those, and we are using them to save lives or to make human life better, or to improve the environmental balance. In this video, we are going to discuss some of the inventions brought to us by NASA. Artificial limbs. Innovation originally destined to be used for spacecrafts along with artificial muscle systems, robotic sensors, diamond joint coatings, etc. Pretty heavy words. All of these inventions made artificial limbs more effective and efficient while also being durable and comfortable for humans. Scratch-resistant lenses. NASA used scratch-resistant plastic technology to develop astronaut helmets. After that, they granted permission for the Foster Grant Corporation to continue experiments with scratch-resistant plastics, and that has led to the innovation of sunglasses and prescription lenses. Insulin pump. In space, it is vital to keep monitoring the astronauts' health and body condition. So the Goddard Space Flight Center came up with a monitoring system that has been able to control blood sugar levels by regulating the release of insulin in the body. Firefighting equipment. The spacesuits of astronauts are made from plastic polymers, which were very important in designing the special flame-retardant, heat-resistant suits for firefighters. The new firefighting suits now feature circulating coolant throughout the suit to keep the firefighters cool, and also features advanced breathing systems which were inspired from astronauts' life support systems. Dustbusters. At the time of the Apollo moon landings, NASA partnered up with Black & Decker to invent various battery-powered tools for efficient drilling and space sample collecting. This led to the innovation of ultralight, compact, cordless dustbusters. LASIK. In space, technology was used to track astronauts' eyes to understand how zero gravity affects the coordination system of a person. Now this has become an essential technology for LASIK surgery. It helps the surgeon to track the movement of the patient's eyes. Shock absorbers for buildings. Shock absorbers originally designed to absorb vibrations during space shuttle launches are now used to protect bridges and buildings in earthquake-prone areas. Solar cells. Space missions need a constant power source, and NASA was prompt to find a new solution for this problem. Their research led to the innovation of solar panels, a system that stores the energy of and from sun. NASA is consistently improving its solar tech, while also sharing the advancements with other companies to accelerate the innovation. Water filtration. In the 1970s, NASA developed a filtration system that utilized iodine and cartridge filters to ensure the astronauts' access to safe, tasteless water. And guess what? That filtration system is now standard across the world. Better tires. NASA, alongside the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, invented a material that was used in the Viking lander parachute shrouds. After that, Goodyear began to use it in its everyday radial tires. The material is stronger than steel and adds thousands of miles of life to tires. Wireless headsets. Love AirPods? Thank NASA. NASA took the prototype wireless headset invented by two airline pilots and built a light, hands-free communication system that makes the contact with the teams on Earth much more effective and easier. This technology was first utilized during the Apollo and Mercury missions. Adjustable smoke detector. After partnering up with the Honeywell Corporation, NASA in the 1970s made massive improvements to smoke detector technology. They were able to invent a new type of detector with adjustable sensitivity, which has the ability to avoid false alarms. Invisible braces. NASA, teaming up with Ceradyne, was able to invent a transparent material that could protect radar equipment without blocking the radar signal. After that, Unitech Corporation, 3M, collaborated with Ceradyne to invent invisible braces using the same material. Freeze-dried foods. In a space mission, it is very important to utilize every inch of space aboard the spacecraft. To save both weight and space, freeze-dried foods are a perfect option. While being incredibly light, they can also retain their original nutritional values. Rehydration is much easier and more pleasant to eat than former meal sources that were packed into squeeze tubes. Camera phones. In the 1990s, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory invented a light, mini-image capturing system that used very little energy to take high-quality photographs from space. Now, this technology has become standard in cell phones and webcams. CAT scans. The digital signal technology, which was used to recreate images of the moon during the Apollo missions, was originally unique to NASA. This unique technology is now the foundation of the MRI and CAT scan machines. Baby formula. NASA scientists were searching for recycling agents which would help astronauts on long space missions and came up with a nutritious, algae-based vegetable oil. Now, this is used as an additive in baby foods. It contains 2 essential fatty acids that the human body can't make on its own. Life shears. Life shears is a tool for emergencies that can be used to cut into cars or collapse buildings to rescue people who are trapped inside. The spacecrafts use this pyrotechnic mechanism to detach the space shuttle from its rocket boosters after launch. Life shears uses the same mechanism, but on a much smaller scale. Grooved pavement. When space shuttles land, they often hydroplane, meaning they can slide uncontrollably on a wet surface, such as a wet runway. After extensive research, scientists found that cutting grooves into runways helps to move water away from the runway and significantly reduces accidents. Many highways and airports now have grooved pavements, and in fact, many winter tires use this grooved system to stop cars slipping on roads. Air purifiers. In the sealed artificial environment of a spacecraft, when you try to grow plants, it leads to the buildup of ethylene. So, NASA invented an air purifier for the International Space Station that can remove ethylene from the environment, quicken decay, and help remove unwanted particulates and pathogens. These purifiers are now found all over the Earth, from restaurants to hospitals. Memory foam. Memory foam was originally invented to be used as a pad for astronaut seats that would contain the shape of their bodies during the high forces of takeoff and landing, and then return to a neutral state when the rocket stopped firing. It meant there was no need to customize seats according to individual astronauts' bodies. Workout machines. During space missions, long-time exposure to zero gravity can lead to bone loss and muscle atrophy. For that reason, NASA created workout machines for astronauts so that they can maintain physical fitness while in space. Home insulation. NASA was experimenting with insulation technology for the Apollo mission. This technology was to be used on the Apollo spacecraft and in astronaut suits. This insulation led to the invention of common construction insulation. Infrared ear thermometers. Infrared thermometers, like the ones used throughout 2020 during the COVID pandemic, gives a way of recording the temperature instantly without the risk of picking up germs and causing cross-infection. This is the same technology which was developed for assessing the temperature of distant planets. Ice-resistant airplanes. Space is pretty cold, around -207 Celsius. Ice formation is therefore a big problem for the space shuttle. So NASA came up with an electronic solution to prevent the formation of ice on the spacecraft, which is the same technology used on commercial aircrafts now. Portable computer. In the 1980s, aboard multiple space missions, there were the first portable computer, the Grid Compass. It acquired the nickname SPOC, Shuttle Portable Onboard Computer, and it could communicate with an array of onboard devices. It was used to launch satellites off space shuttles. Of course, the PC can now be found in billions of homes across the planet now. LEDs. The LED was used to help in the process of growing plants in the spacecraft. Later, NASA's LED technology has been utilized to develop LED medical devices that can relax muscles, relieve pain in cancer patients, and those with Parkinson's disease. 3D food printing. Once the thought of cooking during a space mission was nothing but wishful thinking, but now it is possible with 3D food printers. That technology is now being refined for commercial use and can be used for producing chocolates and other confectionaries. Companies are also working on ways to create nutritious foods for diabetics and others with specific dietary needs. Computer mouse. Scientists were searching for a way to increase the efficiency of an astronaut's interactions with onboard computers, while also making the performance of tasks easy. This led NASA and Stanford researchers to the development of the first computer mouse. Athletic shoes. Astronauts' helmets featured a shock-absorbent rubber frame. This is now a common feature in the soles of modern athletic shoes. As you can see, many inventions we take for granted now have been either inspired by or have come directly from the feats of NASA engineers and space agencies around the world. If the humankind didn't have the engineers to explore the unknown, or didn't have the urges to adventure to distances well beyond our cozy, safe atmosphere, many of these inventions that improve our daily lives in many ways would simply not exist. That is a food for thought. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you'll be the first to see more videos on all things space and tech. Stay strange.